With vicious stabbings in Carrigaline, Gardaí being shot dead in rural Ireland, and people being killed in their own homes using samurai swords, we need to ask serious questions about the rise of violent crime in this country. This is Ben Scallan and you're watching Gript Media. Just a couple of weeks ago, many people in Ireland were horrified by a brutal stab attack carried out by one teenage boy against another in Carrigaline, County Cork. The disturbing video went viral across the country, horrifying hundreds of thousands of people. Not long after, last Wednesday, we were shocked when Detective Garda Colm Horkin was tragically shot multiple times and killed while responding to an incident in County Roscommon. A generation ago, a Garda being shot and killed would have been almost inconceivable in this country, but it happened last week. Mere days later, we heard of a mother of two in her 50s in Blanchardstown being brutally killed in her own home by someone wielding a samurai sword. One neighbour said, "It's not something you would expect here. It's normally a very quiet street." They described it as surreal and crazy that something like this could happen where they live, but happen it did. All of these examples happened in just the last couple of weeks, but this is not a new phenomenon. In the last few years, we've seen a spike in antisocial behaviour and violence in this country. Earlier this week in 2020, we had the horrific case of teenager Cian Mulready Woods, whose dismembered body parts were found in Dublin. In 2018, we saw the senseless murder of 14-year-old Anna Carrigaline by two other teenage boys. The list goes on and on. Even one case like this is one too many, and yet we have countless examples. But is our justice system doing enough to face this worrying trend? Last year, two teenagers in Waterford carried out an acid attack on three other teenagers, brutally scarring the victims and almost blinding one. The attackers reportedly wore masks from the movie Scream and were wielding golf clubs as weapons. But this year, they were not charged in relation to this crime. The mother of one of the victims said, "Why my son? Why him? He was in so much pain, so much pain. It was terrible. He was in real serious pain. He was crying. They had to give him painkillers. He was in real pain because it was hurting all over his face." Doing this to a child apparently isn't a punishable offence in the Irish justice system. Or what of the other recent case when 24-year-old Yosuke Sasaki, a Japanese student, was stabbed to death in Dundalk by an Egyptian man who claimed to be fighting for ISIS? How did the Irish courts respond? He was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Or the case of 26-year-old Munir Garihani, who was given a suspended jail sentence last year after he admitted to attacking a woman for the thrill. He had 34 previous convictions, including sexual assault after he groped a woman from behind at the ATM. And yet the judge decided to give him, quote, "one more chance." Does anyone in this country seriously think that a person like this deserves one more chance? He's already had 33 chances too many, if you ask me personally. We know that statistically violent crime is on the rise in Ireland. And while all of this is going on, if you start to feel unsafe, something as basic as pepper spray is illegal in this country, with politicians like Justice Minister Charlie Flanagan saying that that won't change anytime soon. This is all leading people to feel that you can't defend yourself, and if you are attacked, there's a reasonable chance that the perpetrator will suffer no serious consequences. As this platform previously highlighted, we also have judges like Martin Nolan who seem to have a pattern of letting people off with slaps on the wrist for sex offences, even when the cases involve children and child pornography. Serious and violent crime, if left unchecked, will utterly ruin this country. We are simply not a civilization anymore if people can't feel safe and protected by the law. While government parties like Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil and supposed opposition groups like Sinn Féin and PBP are busy virtue signalling about killings in other countries, we haven't seen or heard much action from our political leaders on people being brutally attacked and killed in our own country. Maybe if Irish politicians focused less on what's happening around the world and more on their own responsibilities, then good people in increasingly dangerous areas wouldn't be scared to leave their houses at night. If you like this commentary and you want to see more like it, please be sure to share this video and let us know how you feel in the comments below. Thanks for watching.